Hi, everybody. Welcome to New Year, New Skills. This is a webinar focusing on resources for workplace readiness and lifelong learning. So my name is Shauna. I'm the branch manager at the Mars Hill Library, and I'm also the technology instructor for the Madison County Public Library System. And my email is on the screen so that if you have questions today, you can feel free to email me. Also, if you would like a copy of the slides with hyperlinks to the resources that I'm sharing with you, you can email me at my Madison County email address, and I will send you a copy of these slides with the hyperlinks for your convenience. So I found this quote by George Bernard Shaw, and he says, progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. And I think that that's a great quote, especially for a new year. I think it's a great quote for us as we learn new skills. And with the world changing so quickly all the time, be it technology or pivoting during COVID, having a mindset of change is going to be essential to that. So there are some great resources online and at your local library that I want to share with you that can help with your personal, professional progress and lifelong learning. So we're going to focus on 3 today. The first resource is one you've probably heard of, and it is LinkedIn. So we're going to look at LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn Learning has taken over what used to be called Lynda with a Y. There's lots of skill development tutorials through LinkedIn Learning. You do have to have a LinkedIn account, which is free. And honestly, especially if you're looking to connect in the professional world, if you're looking to do some job searching and networking that way, LinkedIn is the way to do it. So when LinkedIn was launched back in 2003, it quickly became one of the most widely used social media platforms for businesses and organizations. And so human resources and learning development professionals and industry leaders and job seekers are using this. And according to a popular human resources blog, that there are about 25% of the adults in the US who use LinkedIn for professional networking and job seeking. So if you don't have a LinkedIn account, I would say it might be a good idea to get one. The LinkedIn Learning is, like I said, is available through a LinkedIn account. It is a subscription service, but right now there are tutorials and pathways that are free until March 31st of this year. So I wanted to show you what that looks like. We're going to jump into that. When you come up to this LinkedIn partnership, then you're going to see a few choices here. There's learn skills for in-demand jobs. So they take their research and they kind of funnel it into what jobs are the most in demand right now, where's there the most need. And some people might be interested in filtering and learning some skills to meet those demands. There's also here where you can search and apply for jobs. And then they also have a platform that helps to prepare for interviewing. It also looks at tips for digital interviewing, since a lot of interviews are not happening face-to-face anymore because of COVID restrictions. This gives you an idea of how to prep for a digital interview, including like your eyesight, your line of sight when you're on a computer, some of the best locations for it, how can you convey the right kind of body language, even though you're at home and we tend to be in a more relaxed state of mind. There's lots of great tutorials. I'm going to click on one of those, and these are all videos, and it shows
they want you to. Oh,
yeah, it shows you kind of a table of contents for each video. So if you feel comfortable with one thing, but you're ready to skip on to another one, you can totally do that. Here you also have a question and answer section, so you can look and see what the frequently asked questions and those answers are. It gives you a little notebook, and if you'd like to see the transcript of the actual video itself, then you can do that. So it'll tell you a little bit about each of the courses. It also will give you some keywords for the skills that are covered, and it'll give you some information about the instructor. And then they're always going to try and connect you to other courses that you might be interested in, depending on what you're watching. And that's how every aspect of the LinkedIn Learning works. Let me move my toolbar out of the way so I can see my, okay. So now I'm going to look at Learn skills for in-demand jobs. So this lets you know what the most in-demand jobs are, like we were saying. So let's just look at this customer service specialist. I'm going to click on that. And then it kind of gives you a definition of what exactly is that job and the skills that most people are wanting from that job. Also lets you know how this job did in the previous year. And then you can start your learning path. So the learning path is exactly what it sounds like. It's a pathway of courses towards a certain certification or a certain specialty. And you will see exactly how many videos or tutorials are in the course and about how long all of them will take together. So you would just navigate through it. And I'm sure this is going to start audio, and I'll try and
professionals.
And that looks just like the one that we looked at before. So the platform is consistent throughout, easy to get used to. If there are certificates that are available, then you'll be able to access those and print those and take them with you to a job interview. If there are CEUs, and then if there is an exam, then that is going to be made available for you too. So like I said, this is LinkedIn Learning Pathways. They are free until March 31st. But if you're really interested and you feel like it's a great investment of your money, you might want to think about starting this subscription service. So resource number 2 is Microsoft certification. So this is a big one in a lot of industries, especially when it comes to digital and technology industries. So there are many self-paced courses that are have been made free by Microsoft. They're called Pathways as well. You may, to receive the certification, most of the time you do have to take an exam. The exam does cost, but the pathway is free. And so I was just going to show you Microsoft Learn, and these pathways are free. As of right now, they are free till the end of January. So you can do a few different things here. The learning paths here are learn on your own schedule. Then there are the certification avenue. And then there's also what they call Learn TV, where you can watch live and recorded events on your on demand. So we're going to just look at that first. So this gives you an idea of some of the content here. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there is a lot of stuff here that I have no idea what it is. But if you're interested in really getting into the tech side of things, coding, JavaScript, this would be a great place to start. Or if you're just interested or curious, this might be a really good place to start. Building apps for Microsoft Teams, if that's something that you use. So I'm just going to click on this because I know a little bit about Microsoft Teams. They give you a synopsis. You see here that you get your kind of your table of contents. They have, it's interactive with hyperlinks so that if you need something to find, then you can click right on it. So it makes it very user-friendly when it comes to learning the information. And I'm going to click start here so you can kind of see. I like that they give the learning objectives so that you kind of know what direction this is taking, and you'll know what the expectations are for you and know what you're hoping to get out of this course. It also lets you know what kind of baseline you need to get started. So if there are skills that you need to have before you launch this, it will give you this in the fundamentals. So that's one way of using the Microsoft learning path. Let's look at the Explore certifications. We'll just work kind of backwards here. So you can become Microsoft certified in a lot of different areas. You can see these here. So I'm just going to go to developer since it's right here first, and it will give you, it'll tell you if we're going to go the Azure developer route, you can do the fundamentals certification or the associate certification. So I'm just going to click on that. And so there are changes, always changes, probably still will continue to be changes with COVID. And it tells you what skills are going to be measured, and then you can download your courses. You'll see the online free. I'm going to start. So here it is. And then here are your learning objectives, the learning paths in this series. We're on the first one. And then we start the introduction. You have videos. You also have kind of a breakdown of how much time you should spend prepping for the exam. There's information about all of the exams, what to expect. So it's a really great resource for free, except for the exams, if you're interested in some of the Microsoft certification. Going back. And then here is the learn on your own schedule. So if you're interested to see what topics they have, these are just some of the topics that you can explore from Microsoft. And you're seeing Azure first because, of course, it's going to be alphabetical. But you also see module versus learning path. A learning path is the bigger picture. The module is an element within a learning path. And then it will also prompt you if there are exams that you need to take. So that again is Microsoft certification through Microsoft Learn. And right now the pathways are free to the end of January. Last but certainly not least is one of my personal favorites and one of my go-tos here at the library. It used to be called GCF Learn Free, and now they're transitioning to GCF Global. And the one thing that I love about this, the ultimate thing that I love about this, is it's all free all the time. These are self-paced tutorials and videos. So they have a website from which they operate, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. And the website has the tutorials with interactive elements and videos. Then they have launched also, and within the last year or so, a YouTube channel where you can, depending on your learning style, you might like just the video element. So I'm going to look at the YouTube channel first. And here is the introduction, if the internet works, which is always a fun thing to see. Maybe. Okay, here we go.
In today's changing world, there's always something more to learn. And for over a decade, we've strived to create lessons and videos that help explain it all. We look for topics that are important for the future, as well as those that are overlooked or underrepresented. And occasionally, we just dive into things that we're passionate about. Our goal is to deliver lessons with clarity and have them be approachable to everyone. We use conversational language and put a lot of thought into the pacing and order of things. This channel features new videos uploaded regularly, as well as playlist lessons, featuring great educational videos from a variety of different sources. So look around, and if you like what you see, subscribe to our channel.
And I'm going to tell you,
In today's changing world,
I absolutely love GCF Learn Free or GCF Global, GCF Learn Free, because they are easy to understand. When we do workshops at the library, when we do technology workshops, the first place I go is GCF Learn Free to look at their tutorials and think through using some of their language to share with patrons. So I'm going to show you the website now. I do encourage you, if you are a video person, definitely subscribe to their YouTube channel, because they just have tons and tons of information. And this is great for such a wide variety of people. They have a focus on technology. They also have a focus on jobs and careers and job readiness, resume writing. They also have this core skills element, and they also do reading and math. So I'm just going to show you all the topics that they have here. So they start with computer basics, and I mean basic, like what is a CPU? So for people who might be thinking, I never really got all the computer lingo. I don't really know and understand how these things work. This will be a good one, and it's very basic. If you are wanting to understand, if you want to learn to type, they have a typing tutorial that is it's very good. So there are all these core skills, all these very basic digital skills. And then they start getting more nuanced. So you can really learn about PowerPoint or Publisher, or if you want to get into Office XP basics, which that's way back in the day. So, but there's still people using it, so it's still on here. And if you're interested in using Prezi, or you want to start an Etsy shop, they've got the basics on how to do this. They also have tech savvy tips and tricks, how to stay safe online, how do I search the web better, QuickBook resources. And then they start going into smartphones and tablets. Like, if lots of times when people come to the library, they have a new phone and they're like, I don't understand how to use this Android thing. I've always been an iPhone person. This is a great place to start. It shows you some of the basics, and it does a comparison so that you kind of see how one operating system is different from the other. There's also some basic language work that you can do here. And I'm going to look back at the career planning and applying for jobs and interview skills. This is a plethora of information, all free, all very easy to understand. So if you're also wanting to learn more about how to use social media, this is a great place to start too. And then those of us who have a love-hate relationship with Excel, I would definitely point you here. I have gone here to learn to use Excel in the very basic way I understand Excel. But what you would do, let's just look at the Excel. So they have the learning modules here. So formulas or tips or free Excel, or which version, because things change with the new versions when Microsoft puts them out. So you can look at the versions specifically. So if I look at, let's just look at the Excel, and I can show you Excel basics, getting started. You click right on that. And then, as I said before, there's going to be some video integrated, and then it's a self-paced guide. Some parts are interactive. You might have things to click on, but it starts like this one. Here it is. So you have things to click on so that you can see what these are. So you get this pop-up menu that defines things for you. And you just click away, find out what you want to find out. Now, there is you can create an account with GCF Learn Free, and that's to monitor your progress. And also, if you want to save things that you think you might be interested in later, you can save other tutorials and put them on your dashboard so that you remember which one you want to do next. So that's interesting for you to know too. But it's self-guided, self-paced. They have little exercises to kind of practice what you've just learned. So you can test your skills out like that. And then they give you the answers to it too. So this is definitely one of my top recommendations for so many different things that you might want to learn digitally or even for job readiness. So that is a really quick presentation of some of the online resources that are free to you to use. Some do have a date stamp on that free, but hopefully if you take advantage of them now, you can get some of those skills developed. We hope that you will keep learning and keep finding great resources and developing great skills to give back to the community. If you have any questions, just let us know. We are definitely here to help. And thanks a bunch for watching. Here is my contact information. If you need anything, again, if you would like the slides, please just send me an email and you'll have access to those links. Thanks. Good luck with everything.